Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Keisha. Welcome. And today I'm gonna do my eyeshadow with you guys. As you can see, I already have my base makeup on. I did record that, so that's gonna be a separate video. I will go ahead and get that kind of edited, and because it cut off on me, my memory card went and cut off on me, so I have to go ahead and edit those videos and get them together so it's a cohesive video. But today, in this one, I am going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow. And today I think the palette that I am going to play with is this one right here, the Soft Glam palette. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and play with this bad boy. It's not my first time, as you can see. It has been loved a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. I'm gonna go with probably like a Soft Glam. Like, that's why I chose this palette for work today. I did do a look yesterday. That was, it had a little bit of green in it and like purples, and I wore it to work, and you know, people were like, oh my god, Keisha, what are you doing? I'm like, right, but I was excited, and it came out really good, guys. It was really good. I posted pictures on Snapchat. I haven't posted it on Instagram yet, but I will get it up. And again, I know in my first video I said I would try to get my information in the description box, and I did not because I was running late to go see Spider-Man, and I had to go. So luckily, man, kids these days don't understand, like, having to be at the movie like an hour early to get the best of seats. Like, the fact that that doesn't happen anymore is crazy to me. Like, I can walk into that movie halfway in and my seat still be there. What? I mean, I wouldn't walk in halfway through a movie. That's stupid. But yeah, unless you actually had to, like, you know, you had shit to do, and you know, I probably cuss a lot. I cuss quite a bit. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. So I'm just getting my brushes ready, and that is too funny. So Morphes. And it was really funny because I was just looking at the head tips, and I was like, ooh, I know which blending brushes I want. Like, I know what they look like, right? And so I have duplicates. Like, these are the E22s, and I have, I want to say, like 3 or 4 more of these ones by themselves. And then I picked up these 2, the smallest ones, and these are the E17s right there. And I actually probably have like 2 or 3 more of these as well. Like, I like the tiny bristles. I like the tiny heads. Like, I like precision. So I use these. Alrighty. So I think those are gonna be the only brushes I need. My hair is up in a bun right now. I know it's kind of messy, but I'll take it down. Once my whole look's done, I'll go ahead and take this down. But I did do my eyebrows and everything else. I did my eyebrows off camera completely because it's stressful. And yeah, so I think we're gonna go ahead, and I love this color, the sienna right here. I love that color. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and just start popping that into my crease, and then I think for that I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the E22s for that. Okay, so we're gonna dab into sienna, tap off excess, and actually I know I had a few of you like, don't do it. I know, I forgot to prime my eyelids. I mean, I put a little bit on earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and like really prime these bad boys up. And this is the Urban Decay all-nighter, and this is in dark warm, I want to say. Yep, dark warm. And again, it's the all-nighter by Urban Decay. And my go-to, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that a little bit. I'm gonna just blend that to perfection. Okay, and now back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's blend in those creases. So I have to be at work at 11, and I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks first, like after I finish my makeup, and just spend some time with my boyfriend before I have to go to work. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So he's probably like, what is taking you so long? Well, I'm doing a YouTube video, of course. You know? And it's really funny because there's times where I catch myself, okay, like I talk to myself a lot. Like not like talking to you guys, which is still technically talking to myself, but no, like I have like healthy conversations with myself sometimes, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. Like sometimes you just gotta talk it out, you know? And if you don't have anybody else to talk to, sometimes you just gotta talk it out with yourself. Be like, so here's the problem. How are we gonna solve this? Or just giving yourself a pat on the back, or just like something you would say with your best friend. Like if you're out and you see something, you're like, girl, what? Boy, what? You know, you just have to do that sometimes. And I do it a lot. People are probably like, who are you talking to? Me, of course. Me. And I don't have a problem with it. Like I think it's healthy. So I was like, doing YouTube shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I talk to myself on a regular basis, you know? And it's really hard because I'm actually, I think I may have said this in my first video, but I'm kind of an introvert. Like, and most people wouldn't get that from me, right? Like, you're like, oh, you put up a YouTube video, or like, you work in retail, you're like around strangers all the time, you're around people all the time. Like, what do you mean you don't, like, you're an introvert and you have social anxiety? What do you mean? What I mean is, like, work is work. Like, it's, you can, like, it's not me. Like, yes, it's me. Like, I don't change who I am at work. Okay, to an extent. Like, I don't just be dropping F-bombs and stuff at work. But, it's like, when I'm at work, it's a different environment. I think it's honestly also because it's more controlled than you think it is, because you're at work, you know, and you expect to be in a safe place, you know. So when people are walking into the building, like, you aren't expecting catastrophe, like, and that's what I do. And it was really funny because I watched a video. I think it was a chit chat or random rambles with Kathleen Lights, and she was like talking about how she has catastrophic, like, disorder or whatever, where like you're thinking catastrophic thinking. And she was like talking about it. She's like, do you do these things where you like automatically think the worst of every situation you're in? And like, and I'm like, for a second I was like, Kathleen, stop telling my life. Like, I didn't give you permission to talk about me today. I didn't. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was like nail on the head. Tink, tink, tink. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, we're soul sisters. Like, that is me. Like, I don't go out really, like, and it's weird because when I was younger, and I'm just blending, to the blending gods, and I'm still using that sienna because I just want to just deepen, and I'm just, just want to deepen it a little bit. But yeah, so I'm the same way. Like, I don't go out very often. Like, I used to. It's weird. When I was younger, like, before I was 21, probably. And then right about 21, 22 is when it was like, and, things happen, you live, you learn. So next, I think I'm going to go in with, because I don't want to go in with the black or like this cool brown to deepen the inner, like the outer corner. I don't want to do these two. I don't want to do noir, and I don't want to do the cypress umber. I think I'm going to actually jump into the mulberry. I think I'm going to go ahead and put mulberry and use that to deepen my outer corner. So we'll see how it works. But yeah, so I don't get out very often, and when I do, I have fun. It's just hard, it's funny because when you're younger, they're like, yeah, when you get older, all insecurities, all these things, like, they fade away, and you're like, when does that happen? Because honestly, things that was, it's, okay, I guess it's true, because I think honestly the true thing is your insecurities change. I don't think you your insecurities definitely change over the years. Like, there's things that I was probably really insecure with when I was younger that I'm now like, why did you stress yourself out? Why did you do that to yourself? Like, what is happening with you, girl? Like, it wasn't that serious. Like, why are you letting these things bother you? And then now, as I'm older, there's things that are causing me insecurities. Like, there's always something. There's always something that somebody doesn't really like about themselves or want to fix. And I think, honestly, as a society, we need to understand that, because I feel like if people understood, like, especially like when people talk about other people's like looks or like their bodies or anything like that, it's like, you guys, think about yourselves for a second. Think about who you are. Think about all the times that you were looking in the mirror or looking at yourself and you had an issue and you bashed yourself. Like, there is nobody who can hurt you more than you. Like, I'm my own worst critic. Like, there's nothing that anybody can say to me that I haven't already said to myself. And I think people need to understand that. Like, you can't just take everything out on other people. Like, you can't sit there and just be assholes. Like, to put it frankly, like, you can't be an asshole to just anybody because that's just how you feel that day. Like, it's one thing if that person has blatantly disrespected you or like your family or your friends, or like something that is truly, just disgusting as a human being. Like, if you are disrespectful in that nature, then, like, yes, people are gonna say some things to you, and you're just gonna have to accept that because you opened that door when you thought it was appropriate to be a dick. And but you also have to, but it also, like, I've learned, trust me, it is a learning experience, and I'm still learning it. Like, people, my managers, my friends have always said, like, it's not the person that's the issue, it's how you react to that. So it's your reaction, because people are only going to remember your reaction. So even if somebody drugged you and called you all kinds of names and hurt your feelings and broke your heart, and you go and drag them on the internet in a way that is offensive or hurtful to other people, they're going to be like, we don't care what they did to you. Like, you're a jerk. Like, you're not nice, and we don't like you no more. you know, and then they'll cancel you because cancel culture is real. Like, shit. They cancel more, like, they cancel everything, like, everything. Everything. And just going back in with that sienna and, like, just blending that deep color in those ones, so it's not, like, harsh, you know? So I'm taking the E22 back in and just re-blending and bringing that color up a little bit because I thought it was a little too low for me. So I brought it up just a little bit, you know? And then I'm blending it in with that dark color right there. That mulberry. So yeah. But I ramble. if you didn't know that, you know now. That I like to ramble whenever I can. But anywho, back to what I was saying. I feel like there's a lot of negativity out there, and it's kind of exhausting because I'm very empathetic. Like, I know a lot of people are like, I'm empathetic, but like, no, when I mean I'm empathetic, I feed off of the energy in the room. So if you're negative, I'm gonna give that back to you, but not just give it back to you, I'm gonna give it back to you tenfold because I take it and I enhance it. Like, so if everybody's happy, like, I'm goofy AF and enjoying my life. But if everybody's negative or people are doing stupid things or people are being rude, like you can't be rude or disrespectful or something like that to somebody and expect them not to be like, I don't fuck with you. Like, point blank period. Like, and you just gotta, like, at this point I've learned, like, you just gotta take negativity and throw it out the door. Like, life's too short. Like, life is way too short. Like, if this year has taught us anything, or these last 2 years, with the amount of people who are just, like, no longer with us, and, like, some of it's just so shocking and surprising, because you're just like, wait, what? Like, this wasn't something that you thought of, and of course, like, death isn't something that you've always, like, oh my god, like, you plan for, but it's just, like, if these last 2 years have shown us anything, it should be, we should spend more time loving each other than hating each other, because why? What does that do besides add extra stress on your life? And stress is the #1 killer. Like, people know heart attacks and, you know, cancer, but like, stress takes years off your life. Like, and I stress, and so it's like, I'm trying to take my own advice. Like, don't sit there and think I'm like trying to preach, but it's just like, as somebody who goes through it, and as somebody who has found that sometimes I do tendencies like that, I am speaking from experience, and I'm saying that these are things that probably need to be worked on, probably by multiple people. So if me sharing my stories and information helps you guys being like, oh, hey, I have that, then I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, just remember, be kind and rewind. I'm just kidding. just be normal people. Like, and another thing is, like, judging. Like, I understand, like, your initial reaction a lot of times is to be like, judge. But how about we try not to do that? Can we practice not judging other human beings? I mean, yes, there are times where you judge them, but when I mean judge, I mean, oh, this person walked into the room, I looked them up and down, and now I don't like them because of what they're wearing or how they look. They have too many tattoos. They don't have tattoos. There's a hole in their shirt. They're not wearing name brand. Like, are those Payless shoes? Like, that shit is ridiculous. Like, grow the fuck up, guys. It's unnecessary. It's rude. And, like, trust me, like, when I was younger, I've done it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here. Sorry, I'm trying to grab my brushes. I'm not gonna sit here for my glitter. I'm not gonna sit here and say I've never done it. Like, because I have. I've done it. And so I know what goes on in other people's heads. I understand that it happens and it's a gut reaction sometimes, but when you do that, you need to check yourself. You know, everybody's like, oh, you don't need yes men. in your life. Like, don't get any yes men who are gonna say good job to everything you do. Don't be your own yes man. Like, don't be like, good job, me. I did it. Like, don't. Don't do it. Act right. Like, act right. Just be nice. Act like that person is your brother or your sister or your mother. Like, would you act that way? Would you treat them that way? Would you do those things if it was somebody that you truly loved and cared about? No, then you probably shouldn't be acting that way, especially if they've done absolutely nothing wrong with you. Like, if they've done nothing to you and you still feel the need to be a jerk, like, you don't question them, you question yourself. Look inward before you look outward, because man, I'm telling you, working in retail really changes your perspective about things sometimes. And I can't speak for everybody in retail, but I know for me, it has. It's definitely changed. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, like, I might actually end up doing like a half cut crease. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing with like glistening. So I might actually bring mulberry in a little more on the side. But yeah, like, I know I'm rambling and I know people are probably like, girl, you're getting kind of depressing, but it's just life, you just gotta live life, and love people out there. Love the fact that we're all on this journey. We all have different routes, but the journey is the same, and it's life. So we have to respect that everybody's on their own journey, and not everybody had the same starting point, and not everybody's gonna have the same ending point as you are. So you kind of have to remember that, like, some people are the way they are based on their experiences in life. And I mean, it's all about conditioning. Like, I've studied psychology. That was my major. It still is, but right now I'm in a business management program. So yeah, but it's just like everybody's on their own journey, and we're all conditioned based on our life experiences. And I'm just gonna take a clean brush and kind of just re-blend all that out, because I don't like really harsh edges. Blend to the blending gods. And so I think that's something that I've learned, and I've had to like overcome being a little turd and being like, everybody should think the way I do. Everybody, like common sense isn't common anymore, and there's certain things that other people just didn't have to learn. Like, like, if you didn't have like certain survival things, or like certain like just normal things that people didn't have to like learn because that wasn't their environment, is different. Like that, and that's not their fault that they don't know these things. That's not, but it's our job, the people who do know these things, to teach them and be like, hey, like, this is actually how it is. This is what's going on. And I think if we all try to be teachers instead of like bashing people for not knowing something, because I feel like a lot of hate and things like that come from a place of not knowing, like, I don't know, so I'm just gonna, say whatever I think, because and it's just like, honestly, ask the question. And it's really funny because it reminded me when I first moved in here, I had the cable set up, and the guy came, and he was Chinese, and he came and he was doing the hookup, and of course we were chit-chatting and joking and stuff, and he had said something, and he's like, yeah, how people usually will be like, oh, you're Japanese, or you're, and just start listing like all these other Asian culture, like races, and being like, oh, you're right, and he's like, no, I'm Chinese, and they're like, oh, and he's like, well, I just assumed because you look, and it's just like, but I'm not, and it's just like that. that entitlement to just assume somebody, like, it's more offensive to assume than it is just to ask. Like, don't make assumptions about people, just ask. And if you're asking from a place that isn't just like mean and hateful, people are going to answer your questions. Like, I don't have any problems with people asking me questions. I work, okay, so if you are from California or you're not, I work in Folsom. I work in Folsom. So if you know anything about Folsom, let's just say this. I've been called exotic a few times. I've been told that I wasn't born in this country because I look exotic. So if that's just an indication of where I work. So it's kind of like, I get it. I understand. You're like, oh, I think I know, but I decided I'm not going to do a cut crease. I'm just going to put it on my lid. And I did go in with glisten. Okay, and I'm gonna fix that because that's gonna bug the snatch out of me. But yeah, so yeah, again, if you've been in Folsom, you know. Oh, you know. And yeah, so I'm patting this on my other eye. It's kind of funny. It's kind of doing its own like thing. It's like this goldy color, which kind of works with the highlighter that I chose to use on my cheeks. It's a black highlighter. Again, if I will try to post my face video. And now, because there's glitter everywhere, because my life is like that sometimes, I'm gonna dab back into mulberry, and I'm just gonna get rid of all this unnecessary glitter. Just blend that away. I definitely want to darken. I want a darky kind of look here with a splash of like light in there, you know? Like, hey, you know? How's that look? Look good? I think it looks good. That's all that matters, right? Yeah. As long as you feel beautiful, who cares? Who cares? As long as you feel beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm just going back and forth between the two eyes because and then still in the mulberry. Okay. Alrighty. And then actually I'm gonna go back into CNF really quick, and I'm just gonna go right in here in my inner corner section right here and just really actually kind of lighten that section up right there. And I'm just gonna add that on this side as well. Okay, looking good. And then again, I'm just gonna take another brush and just blend. Blend, 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 blend. Sounds like a banjo. Blend, 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 blend. needles. That's funny. Alrighty. So, and because I had already done my base makeup, let me go ahead and get this off my cheek. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a pencil. Actually, I'll take this one. My Morphe M210. I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna go ahead and first I'm gonna take Sienna, and I'm just gonna take that and put that on my bottom lash line, or not my bottom line, but my bottom lid. Take that in the middle, like so, and I'm just gonna put that under here, and then I'm gonna do it to the side. And blend. I'm gonna blend it up to my outer corner, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take that same brush. I'm gonna go into Mulberry, and I'm just gonna bring that, not all the way, but like right about a quarter, so those colors kind of blend into each other. And I'm gonna do the same on this eye. And I'm just gonna take that and blend it down. If you're wondering like why I switch hands, I am considered ambidextrous. You can thank my grandmother for that. So yeah, I use both hands. I primarily write with my right hand because I was trained to write with my right hand. And so yeah. So I'm just gonna blend that right there. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and take that. I'm gonna use a small brush. I'm gonna take this one right here. I think this is an elf brush. Yep. I'm gonna take that into the glisten and I'm just gonna put that right here. And it's already kind of on this one, just tap it right there. And then for my inner corner, I'm going to go ahead into my Black Up. This is the highlighter that I do have on my cheeks and my little nose right here, and my lippies. This one right here, and it's in the shade 04. And I'm gonna go ahead and add this into my inner corner. I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay brush. It's like the dual in brush. This came from my Smoky collection. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that right here in my inner corner. Okay. I really like that. Okay. So I'm actually gonna take, I'm gonna grab a different, more free brush. I'm gonna grab another E22, but that's not the one I want. See, these are all E22s. I'm looking at the heads and I'm like, I want a little bigger. I have six E22s, while you're wondering. Actually, this one will work. This is a Morphe MB. The Morphe MB, what is it? The 46? Yeah, MB 46. I'm just gonna soften like my edges a little bit. Take a clean brush. Just soften that up a little bit because that edge is like harsh. Okay, so finally I am going to go ahead and put on some mascara, in Bad Gal Bang. I got a sample because I was like, I had some points at Sephora, and I was like, I'm not gonna, jump on this bandwagon if it's not good when it first came out. So I was like, let me go ahead and grab my ass a sample or waste my monies and be like, I hate this. And I'm the kind of person who's really bad about returns. Like, even if I don't like something or like it doesn't fit or whatever, I usually don't take that shit back. I usually don't take it back at all. And I think the only like makeup that I took back, I think, was like a Kevin Kwan concealer. And honestly, the only reason I took it back is because the shade was completely awful. It was like baby turd yellow and or green, like it was like, and I was like, I don't know who's this color, but it's not I, said the cat, so I can't fuck with this. So I took it back, and it was like $48, so I took it back, and I got rid of it. Alrighty, I use that on my bottom lash. And I think for my lippies, I'm gonna go in really quick with just some, I think I'm gonna go with Anastasia in Bittersweet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this on my lips. No, I'm not gonna use a liner today. The color isn't the color I really need a liner. Okay, now for my final steps, just gonna spritz myself. I'm telling you, there's times where I just spray myself with that because it feels amazing. Sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys in because I'm on my phone. What do you guys think? You like it? Can you see my base makeup? Your lips? Alrighty, so this is my final look with what I'm wearing. And I'm in like these like plaid pants. So, alrighty guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button, comment, and subscribe. And I will go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.